Alright, it is 8:46 in the morning and I have just applied the Burt's Bees liquid lipstick in Garnet Glacier. Burt's Bees products always make me laugh with their names because it's always something like Garnet Glacier or like Himalayan hike and I don't know, stuff like that. It's like free promo for the Park Service. I don't know if you guys can see, but today it's just like so gloomy, it's so dark. I set up my light to like do like a whole thing, but without the natural light it just looked really dark and it doesn't look all that much better now. But I'm hoping that it brightens up a little bit today and that I can give you like lots of options of how this lipstick looks. Burt's Bees liquid lipstick. I have never used any of their lipsticks before. I have used their lip balms and that's pretty much it. Actually, I think I've used their like lip shimmers in high school, but that's been a while. This color, Garnet Glacier, looks a bit darker in the tube than it does on the lips. Just a little bit. Do you ever pull up your Google and it has something really gross on the "we think you might be interested in this" page? It's something about parasitic worms. Ooh. Alright, so I have pulled up the Burt's Bees page on this lipstick and I'm going to go ahead and read it through to you as I show you what it was like in the application process. Burt's Bees liquid lipsticks glide on smoothly for an intense hit of color. This long-wearing formula delivers all-day moisture, leaving lips looking lush and healthy. This 100% natural liquid lipstick contains conditioning apricot and babassu oil, shea butter, and essential fatty acids to maintain soft, happy lips. Benefits and claims. We love a good claim. 100% natural liquid lipstick contains conditioning apricot and babassu oil, shea butter, and essential fatty acids to maintain soft lips. They already said that. A velvety formula that glides on smoothly with a glossy finish delivers all-day moisture and comfort to the lips. It's formulated without parabens, phthalates, petroleum, or SLS. It has 12 naturally flattering shades that provide full coverage and a lightweight texture, leaving your lips incredibly lush and healthy looking in a glossy finish. Interesting. It even includes a how-to. Glide onto lips for bold moisturizing color. Fair enough. So, the main things that we are going to talk about here. So it says quite a few times that it's 100% natural, but natural as a word is not like a regulated word. It's not like organic where you have to meet certain specifications. So essentially it's just marketing jargon and it doesn't really mean anything. That being said, I can't blame them for using it. Natural is kind of like the Burt's Bees brand. So it's saying it contains these different oils to maintain soft lips. I believe them. Shea butter, apricot, babassu oil, whatever. I'm sure that is going to be moisturizing. It feels moisturizing on the lips, so I'm behind on that one. It says it has a velvety formula, and now velvety is a word that I tend to associate with something that's almost matte, but not quite. And that is not this lipstick at all. It's very like glossy. Like when you're putting on, it feels like you're putting on a glossy, lip balmy texture. So I wouldn't call it a velvety formula at all. I would just call it a balmy formula. They specifically call out glossy finish, obviously, and that it delivers all-day moisture and comfort on the lips. It doesn't say all-day color because I don't expect that it's going to last all day. This is going to transfer immediately onto anything that you are eating or drinking. Like actually, I'm kind of considering taking it off if it hasn't already come off before I eat lunch, because I feel like it's going to get like truly everywhere. But just because the color's worn off doesn't mean that it's not going to continue to be like moisturizing to the lips. Does that make sense? So like the oily part is still going to be on the lips even if the color has transferred? We'll see. It says formulated without parabens, phthalates, petroleum, or SLS. I feel like I have to look up to see if SLS is actually ever formulated in lip products because I don't think I've ever seen a lip product with SLS in it. That's usually used in like shampoos and foaming products to make it foam more. So that would be surprising to me. But that doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. Without petroleum, good. I've said petroleum every time. It's petrolatum, but Vaseline, basically. And then the last thing that they claim is that it provides full coverage in a lightweight texture. It does feel lightweight. You can't really feel it on the lips. I can feel it where my lips touch each other as I'm talking. I can feel like the lipstick touching itself there. But full coverage, obviously this is a full color, but we can see very clearly that this is not as dark as it is in the tube. So would I call that full coverage? Not really. If one normal application doesn't give you the color in the tube, could you call it full coverage? I noticed when I was applying it, you could see areas that had like more of the pigment in it than others, like pretty clearly, even though it was all like one wash. So you really do have to like smush your lips together, make sure everything's even so that you don't have weird like patchy looking lipstick. As of last time I checked, Burt's Bees is a cruelty-free company, but they are owned, their parent company is not. So take that with a grain of salt. That's all I've got for you for right now. It is almost 9 o'clock, 8:56, and I will check in a couple of hours to see how we are wearing. Can't say I'm surprised at this lip transfer situation. It is just over half an hour later. It's 9:30. And it's already settling into the lines in the top of my lip, and I don't really have like strong lip lines, so that's not like great. But if you smush your lips together, you can essentially fix it. But it is transferring like a mofo. So I imagine that this color is not going to wear all that long. Not imagine. I know for a fact that this is not going to wear all that long. Jack has joined us for our almost 12:30, it's 12:20 check-in. It has definitely gotten a lot lighter overall, like the color is much lighter. You can see like from the original, it was started off this morning quite a bit. Oh, please. What did I cover? It is definitely a lighter color, like the color itself has been fading. It started off lighter than it was in the tube, like from the get-go. It was already lighter, but it is significantly lighter than it was this morning. My lips still feel like nice and moisturized, which is good, but there's like it obviously feels like there's less product on my lips. Like when you like smush your lips together, there's less of that like gliding lip glossy feeling. You probably couldn't hear that, but he just like made the most ridiculous little like meow. It is definitely worn off the most on the inside portion of the lips, as it always does. Eating, drinking, talking, it just like wears it off that center portion, but it is still there. So we're gonna keep trucking along. I'm going to try to make something for lunch that is not going to get too much in the way. Whatever, no sandwiches. And we'll see how long this is gonna wear. It is wearing slightly better than I expected this morning, so full steam ahead. It is almost 4 o'clock, 3:56, and I am going to call it on this lipstick. There is nothing left. You can see like the tiniest bit of color on the lips, but I can't feel anything on my lips whatsoever. They feel neutral. They don't feel extra dry. They don't feel extra moisturized. They feel nothing. Overall, I would say it performed better than I expected. It didn't perform as well as the claims, which we'll get to in a second, but it did perform better than I expected it to when I first applied it. I was like, this is basically a lip gloss. It is not going to wear like a liquid lipstick. But it did wear, I mean, basically like a full work day. So take that with a grain of salt. I would definitely have reapplied it after lunch, but I didn't. And here we are several hours later and it's completely gone. Okay, let me bring up the Burt's Bees page again. Benefits and claims. 100% natural liquid lipstick that includes conditioning oils, blah, 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 to maintain soft lips. Sure, we'll give it to them. I'll look through the ingredients, see if anything looks fishy and unnatural. But I mean, yes, it was moisturizing while I was wearing it. Now that it has worn off, it is no longer moisturizing, but that's not a complete surprise there. Velvety Formula, we already talked about that. It's not velvet, it's gloss. But did it deliver all day moisture and comfort on the lips? We have quite a bit of the day left and I am no longer feeling moisturized nor comfortable. And then the rest of it is basically that they have 12 different shades, which good for them, yes they do. So my full thoughts on the Burt's Bees liquid lipstick will be up on the blog later today, lipstickaday.com. You can find it in the description down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.